clever people. Welcome to my solo review of The Huntsman Winter's War. Now, The Huntsman Winter's War is a prequel to Snow White and the Huntsman, which just came out in 2012. Now, what did I think about this movie? I guess this movie isn't terrible, but it's not good either. This movie's pretty bad. For one, it's very cliche. You can predict most of the things that happen in this movie. It's just the cliche that Hollywood has adapted. There's some narration done in the movie. It's brief, but it's awful. It just sort of feels really forced in there. There are some dwarf characters in the movies. Now, okay, they were supposed to be comedic relief. And, I mean, I like comedic relief characters in a certain amount of doses to the point that they aren't really the main characters, but, I mean, they're there, obviously, to add comedy. And, I mean, these characters aren't the worst, but they're terrible. I mean, their dialogue is awful, the acting from them is just terrible, and they really bring down the movie, like, at the entire point, they're awful. This movie's really boring as well. It just sort of feels sluggish and really slow, and, again, not just the dialogue from the Doors, but everybody, the dialogue in this movie is just awful. I don't know who wrote this dialogue and who thought it would be a good idea. And there's a lot of stupid things in this movie. There's a lot of unsubtle things. This movie has no form of subtlety, and I'm okay with unsubtle movies like Minority Report. That movie's not subtle, but still, this one sort of feels so crammed down your throat with the exposition and everything that just didn't really feel natural. Now, there are some good things to this movie. The world, it looks cool, like, visually. The set design looks cool, and the visual effects look cool. There's some action in it, and it's entertaining. It would kind of wake you up, like, you're kind of bored. You're like, terrible dialogue, awful character. Okay, some action. Action. Okay, I'm warming and now the action's done. That's exactly how it felt. Because the action was entertaining. It's terribly shot, but it was slightly entertaining. And then there's an idea of a, like, ice wall that was not predicted. That's, like, the one unpredictable thing in the movie, like, what happens with this ice wall. And I thought that was cool, but besides that, this movie just doesn't have many good things going for it. It's really forgettable, it's really long, it's really boring, and I think that this film was just completely unnecessary. I know this is a shorter review, but I just don't really have a lot to say about this film, and you don't need to know much, because you don't need to see it. And that is why I give The Huntsman Winter's War a 3.5 out of 10. Alright, I am Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.